Good morning, Stampers. It is Friday on Maker Mornings with Meg, and Fridays are always great. They're kicking off a weekend. I hope you have some crafting creative time planned in your weekend. I am going to share a card layout with you today that is just a great one, and it's made even better by one of the new sets of dies in the catalog that just came out. So the stamps that we're going to feature today is Pansy Patch. So here it is. And we're going to use the stamps from this, the greetings. They're really fun. And a nice sentiment to share with people. And then we're going to pair it with the Tailored Tags Dies here from the new catalog, like I said. And I've shown these already since the catalog came out, so you might find them familiar. But I'm going to show you a different way to use them today, and we're going to make a faux buckle card. So faux buckle cards are a fun layout. They kind of give you that tri-fold idea without a lot of work, and they are made even better with the Tailor Made Tags Dies because these are really terrific for adding that little sweet stitched line around the edge. So good morning, guys. Hey, Pam, and thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. And Cheryl and Tanya and Kathy and Trish and a whole crew, and yay, happy Friday. So you guys can all say hi to each other and all that kind of stuff. And let me see, I'm going to give you a little bit of a paper trimming lesson this morning too. I know paper trimming is something that isn't everyone's favorite necessarily, but you don't have to be afraid of it. You can just rest assured that there are some great tricks and some things that you're going to want to keep handy as you go through your card making, especially for this stamp set and other ones with long, narrow greetings, if that looks familiar. So, hey, Tanya and Teresa. Okay, you guys ready? I'm going to flip you down this direction so you can see my stamp table and my crazy shorts if you saw them go by. Okay, so here we are, and hey, Cheryl. We are going to take a look at our pieces here. So, getting rid of this Pansy Patch stamp set. Here are the pieces, all right? So we're gonna start off with a piece of this Fresh Freesia cardstock, which I adore. You guys know it's one of my favorite new in colors. I've hardly stopped using it. And I'm gonna bring in my trimmer. So this piece of cardstock was originally, I don't have the full sheet to show you. It was originally 11 by 4 1/4. Okay, so I have my trimmer kind of sideways. I'm gonna go this way, even though it doesn't fit quite as well on the screen, but it's gonna work better for our purposes. So, all right, so fold our arm out here so we have the whole thing. So this piece of cardstock was 11, here, I'll cut this really quickly and then you can follow along with me. All right, 11 by 4 1/4, okay, like this. And then I'm taking the paper and I'm gonna go ahead and score it here at 5.5 inches, which is easy to remember because it's a card front, right? So I'm gonna leave my cutting blade there. Oh, where's my scoring blade? Oh, it's in my drawer someplace. Okay, and then I would score this at 4.5 or 5.5, and then I'm gonna bring this back and I'm gonna cut off this piece here that is 2 1/4 inches. So if you're following these directions, you can just flip it around and know that you're gonna remove 2 and that's the wrong piece. 2 1/4 inches like this, from the front. Okay. So this piece that's here is what you're gonna use to cut your tag die. And the tag dies actually have a whole variety of choices. You have the square corners and you have these fancier, more detailed corners. So if you are working on a project that uses a little bit more elegance or something along those lines, you might wanna use this one instead. But I'm gonna use this one here. They cut their own little tag hole, which is perfect. And so when you die cut that, you get our tag here. Okay, so now we have a card base, which is gonna fold this way, and a tag here, which is going to become our buckle. So let me show you, then you're gonna use a piece of basic white to cut your inside. And for this, I'm gonna start here with my piece of basic white. And a lot of times I like to just cut, because this is such a common inside card size, I like to just cut a whole mess of them at one time. So I'm gonna line this up to 5 1/4, and I'm going to turn this sideways. I'm gonna cut 4 inches because this is just our 1/4 inch size, so 1/4 inch less. And then I'm gonna flip this and cut 4 inches again. And the part that I want is this leftover. So check this out. These little pieces right here that you get left over, these are like stamping gold. And I used to think that I would never ever use them all up, but oh my goodness, I have, especially when I'm making kits for you guys. So I wanted to use this chance to remind you that these are worth saving, and I actually just keep even a little baggie of them handy because this is gonna be a part of a lot of cards when you have a long strip and a chance to add a greeting to a card that way. It's kind of the perfect size and shape, so you'll use those a lot more than you think maybe. All right, so I am going to show you how to assemble the tag card now, or the faux buckle card. So I'm gonna bring in my Evening Evergreen, which is a great neutral-y, sort of like in place of black or gray or brown. This is a deep green that is just perfect for greetings and so forth, and it matches our in colors, which are featured with this pansy set. So I'm gonna kind of line up my pieces where they're going to go, but I'm not gonna glue anything because if you don't glue, you always have the option of going back and adjusting if things don't come out the way you want. All right, so I've added my greeting there. But if I'd already glued this down, then I'd be pretty stuck. And then we're gonna take our tag, and I am going to go ahead and fold about 1/2 inch of this. You could use your trimmer with a scoring blade. And I'm gonna fold about 1/2 inch over because this is going to go here on our basic white layer. Now, you could put the adhesive here, but that is a little bit of like a struggle. So I'm gonna show you the easy way to do this, which is to put the adhesive on the back of your center layer. So I've got my Seal Plus, which you definitely wanna use because it is the stronger adhesive, and this is, let's face it, gonna get open and closed a whole bunch of times. So I have put adhesive over here so that it's all along the edge. And then I'm gonna flip this and hold it in the air because I've got adhesive on the whole back now because I got so excited. I'm gonna just line this up on the front and get it straight. And then I'm just going to squeeze this around to the back and press it in place. And that way I know that this is exactly lined up straight. It's where I want it, up and down. It covers my greeting. It's in the right place. Now, flip it to the back one more time. In place of Seal Plus, you could also use a roll of tear tape. This would be a good choice also. So, all right, I'm gonna take my adhesive one more time and I'm gonna pop a little more adhesive there over our tab so that that is really well stuck down. And then I'm just gonna open my card and tuck this inside, okay? Ta-da! So this is the guts of our card, and the rest of it honestly comes together so quickly. So check out this, and I'm gonna give you some tips too for the cutting the pansies, so hang on for that. So our piece here that is going to layer on the front is 3 by 4 inches, which, as you guys know, if you've been watching, is one of my favorite sizes for cutting designer series paper because it's really efficient. So here is, for example, oh, it's hard to see color on color. Let's do this. Here is my designer series paper. You can see that as I go across, I could get 1, 2, 3, 4 of these in 3 rows. So I get 12 pieces like this from one card. And this is a great size. Actually on my blog, I even have like a 3 by 4 DSP tag to kind of give you ideas for this size. Then I'm gonna also use a little inch strip of this. And do you guys wanna see the DSP? I have it all put together here to show you. Designer series paper in the lingo. So these are the pansy papers. We're gonna use this one and this one today, but you can see all these patterns. They appear in other projects that I'm sharing with you this month. And then the back sides are kind of the ginghamy light patterns, the ones that are a little bit more like background patterns, but so pretty as coordinates. So, all right, stay tuned for more on that pansy paper. Okay, so 3 by 4 inches. I'm gonna switch back to just my regular seal here. I don't necessarily need to, you can use Seal Plus all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna pop this on the back here, or on the front, I guess. So 3 by 4. And then I'm gonna take my inch strip here and go ahead and pop this on the front. So this card is one of the ones that I'm featuring this month for my May LovenStamps tutorials. And so the directions for this are available as a PDF, and they're free if you place an order in my online store of any amount this month. You can also click over, I'll put the link in the description for the blog post for this, and it has the cutting sizes too, so you can check those out. Okay, and then a really simple ribbon there through our tag. Let's see. Okay, and the soft succulent ribbon, this is the soft succulent ribbon. This is the open weave, and it comes in all 5 of the new in colors, and I am loving all of them. The polished pink is super bright, and the other ones are all really nice and soft and muted, so there is some variety in there, but lots of fun either way. All right, and then I didn't need that white because I cut my own. I have a piece of soft succulent cardstock, which matches the ribbon and the designer series paper, which you guys know is one of the magics of working with Stampin' Up! Stuff. Everything coordinates. So I'm gonna flip this to the back side, and this piece is actually punched really quickly with the Label Me Lovely punch, and that is linked in the video description if you guys wanna check that out. All the products are linked if you like scroll down here in the video description. So, all right, so I'm gonna pop that on here, and I don't want to cover up all of my pretty stitching on our tag element, so I just put that a little bit higher. And here is where our strips come in. So I have this little strip here. I'm gonna take one that's a teeny bit narrower, and our stamp. Now, a word about mounting your stamps. When you have a stamp that's super long and lean like this one, it can be tempting to just take the stamp out of the case and stick it down on the block, but check out what happens there. So this is an exaggeration for explanation purposes, but it gets warped often because it's so flexible that it's just hard to get it totally straight in your hands when you put it down, okay? So my tip when mounting stamps, especially like this, is that it's really key to let it fall naturally on your stamp table or on your surface, okay? You guys see that there? And then take the block and tap the block down on top of it like that to pick it up, because the stamp will try to go to its native shape, so straight, as long as it can. But when we put it on with our fingers and manually stick it down, then we're often warping it out of line. So I'm gonna bring in my Evening Evergreen again and go ahead and stamp that there on our strip, and then just trim the end. And often I just need little ends, so I'm just gonna stick this in that little baggie of pieces there. So, all right, so I'm gonna take this and pop a dimensional on the back and add this to our card. And then we have our pansies and our embellishments. So let's see, this is gonna go down here and it's gonna overlap. There we go. Okay. All right, so now we have a greeting. So right here, this spot is begging for pansies, and we could stamp them because the stamp set has all of these amazing pieces. And so you can make pansies in any color that you like, whether it's realistic or not, it doesn't matter. But go ahead and know that you can stamp them, or you can cut them from your designer series paper. What, Meg? You have to fussy cut those? No, you do not. So in the die set for pansies, there are these assembly dies that you can use to make this card that we've done recently. So this one was a video tutorial. It's on my blog and it's here on Facebook or on YouTube. So this one, it uses all of these paper piecing dies to make that card. But then there are also the outline dies, and those here coordinate with the paper. So you can just pop them on there and cut out whatever colors your heart desires. Coordinating, same, different. There are 28, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, Okay, so I counted them, just want to make sure. There are, I think, 28 large pansies in a package of paper. So between the two sheets, and those are complete images, so not any cut off things. I would say save these cut off images because they could be really useful for a card too. And maybe I'll show you that. If not, you can go back and look at the butterfly ones. I did some butterfly die cuts with those that were pretty. But anyway, through the magic of television, I have cut from some of that paper a variety of fun pansies. So let's kind of lay these out here. Now, depending on which color pansies you choose, you can kind of change up the look of your card. So let's give this one, I'm gonna give this one a big peachy colored pansy and a little pinky, no, a little purpley, not pinky, I like it. Okay, so I'm just gonna flip these to the back side. I'm going to pop a dimensional on each one and then stick these here on our tag. And I like to overlap the smaller one kind of on the front. So let's do like this. All right, so they're up there, okay? And then they're even pretty, of course, on the back side, so you have that extra coordinating element there. So here are the card pieces when you open it, and the character of the card changes depending on the color of the flowers you put on. So here's a different one that I did with like a polished pink and a fresh freesia version of the flowers. So good possibilities. But you know what this card is missing? It's missing some sparkle. So the In Color 2021 and 2023 jewels are a really terrific match for this. And so I'm just going to, I think I'm going to use this sort of light color here and pop a couple on. And I kind of feel like there's always room for sparkle. So, you know, feel free to add these to anything. Oops. There we go. And I'm just gonna pop those there kind of on our tag as little background elements. All right. All right. Well, I think we are set. Was there anything else I wanted to tell you about this? Oh, you want to see the other projects? So this one is also using the die cut pansies from the paper and the tag. So this one's using the tag as a tag on this ombre gift bag. And this is one of the projects that you'll get in the mail as like a pre-die cut kit if you order at least $50 from my online store this month. And then there is also this card, which uses the stamped pansies. And you can see the stamped pansies here on the background too. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 projects for the LovenStamps monthly tutorials for the month of May. So those are the ones that you get as a PDF with directions and photos and so forth. All right, I'm gonna bring you guys back up to say, have a fantastic Friday and enjoy your weekend. If you have fun crafting plans, leave them in a comment. We'd love to hear what you have in mind. If you have some scrapbooking time planned or card making time or things like that. We had card ministry at my church this week for the first time in a while. And it was really delightful to see people and get together again. So we really enjoyed making cards. And actually one of the things that we did was we used the cactus kit from the mini catalog that's retiring. And I like kind of made a boo-boo. I thought it was retired already, but it's still available. So I'll just make a quick plug for this one. If you're looking for something crafty and fun to do in a kit, every time I pull out this cactus kit, it's a joy. So everybody's like, oh my gosh, these cards are so pretty. So it was a lot of fun. All right, well, have a great crafty weekend, guys. Let me know if I can help you with anything, and I will look forward to seeing you on Monday. So happy stamping.